Hello everyone, myself Mr. Jangle Sanket Surendra, lecturer from Mula Education Society's Mula Rural Institute of Pharmacy, Sonai. Today we will see the chapter Environment and Health, part 2nd. This chapter is generally discussed for the first year diploma in pharmacy students. Objectives: first, sources of water supply, water pollution, and methods of water purification. Air, noise, and light pollution, their effects on health. Solid waste disposal and their control. Arthropod-borne diseases and their control. In the first part, we have seen the sources of water supply, water pollution, and methods of water purification. Now we will see the air, noise, and light pollution, their effect on health and others. Health and air, noise and light. First, definition. Health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not only an absence of disease or infirmity. Composition of air. How the air is composed. The composition of pure air may change from place to place, but roughly it comprises of nitrogen 78%, oxygen 21%, carbon dioxide 0.02 to 0.05%, where the remaining part consists of some inert gases, water vapors, suspended impurities as microbes, dust, etc. Effects of air pollution on health. Air pollution causes several effects on a health, and it has contributed to increase in morbidity and mortality. Respiratory tract disorders are common, such as asthma, bronchitis, and lung cancer. Air pollution also affects respiratory systems of the animals. It also causes retardation of growth in plants, sprouting, burning of leaves, etc. It leads to the corrosion of metals, causes damage of buildings, visibility is also decreased. Causes of air pollution: respiration of human beings and animals, combustion of coal, gas, oil, etc., decomposition of organic matter, traffic, industries which gives off dust, fumes, vapors, harmful gases, industrial and domestic combustion of coal, oil, and other fuel is the source of smoke, dust, and sulfur dioxide. Chemical industries, textile industries, oil, refineries, etc., contribute to the air pollution. Automobiles like heavy and light vehicles, aircraft, trains, and other forms of transport. Insecticides and pesticides sprayed on plants causes air pollution. Nuclear energy programs also pollute the air. Methods to control pollution. Containment means stopping release of pollutants by using enclosures, air cleanings, etc. Second one, replacement means by using energy resources which will not cause pollution. Example, using natural gas, electricity. Third one, dilution means plantation. Fourth one, legislation means laws and rules like POC, Smoke Nuisance Act, etc. Fifth, public should be educated through health education about harmful effects of air pollution. Sixth, proper ventilators should be provided in crowded rooms. 7. Felling and cutting of trees should be stopped. Noise pollution. First of all, the definition of noise. It is defined as an unacceptable sound, that is, the sound not pleasant to hear, or it is defined as wrong sound at wrong place at wrong time. Health effects of noise. There are the two effects. First one is the auditory effect and second one is the non-auditory effect. Auditory effect, which consists of whistling and buzzing sounds in the ears, feeling of fatigue, temporary hearing loss which may lead to the deafness. Non-auditory effects, difficulty in concentration, annoyance, decreased efficiency, physiological changes as headache, hypertension, increased heart rate, sweating, nausea, giddiness, sleep disturbances, etc. Prevention and control for noise pollution. First one, control of noise at source. It can be achieved by segregating noisy machines and by using mufflers and other noise reducers to the machines. Second one, control of transmission, in which it can be achieved by building enclosures and covering walls with sound absorbing material. C. Protection of exposed person. It is recommended for all workers who are consistently exposed to the noise louder than 85 decibel in the frequency band above 150 Hz. Periodical audiogram checkups, use of earplugs, ear muffs are also essential. Education of people through available media is required to highlight the importance of noise as a community hazards. Light, natural or artificial light is available at all places. Natural sunlight should be used wherever possible, both for economy and for better health. Advantages of light. Light helps for effective vision. Light causes many dramatic changes in biological function. Physical activity, sleep, food consumption, water intake, body temperature, melanin synthesis, and the rates at which glands secrete hormones all vary with duration of light availability that approximate 24 hours. Phototherapy, that is, exposure to the light, has a direct beneficial effect on the liver for controlling the hyperbilirubinemia in premature infants. Fourth, light acts on the skin to synthesize vitamin D, which is essential for proper metabolism of calcium. Disadvantages of light. First one, inadequate light puts strain on the visual apparatus, which leads to the general fatigue and loss of efficiency. Exposure to the natural sunlight over a long period can cause skin cancer and in some individuals can cause sunburn or inflammation of skin. Dim light can create eye strain, which can lead to headache, tiredness, and loss of efficiency. Solid waste disposal and their control. Solid waste refers to the discarded material from houses, street, sweeping, commercial, industrial, and agriculture operation. It comprises of dust, ash, vegetables, papers, and packing of all kinds. In cities, waste is called as refuse. In village, it is called litter. In general, it is called solid waste or sewage. Sewage is a wastewater and it contains wastewater from public places, excreta, industrial waste. It is dirty water with a bad smell. It is usually water contacting 0.1% solids. It contains organic and inorganic substances, microbes, dust, fibers, etc. Aims of sewage treatment: to decrease contents of pathogenic microorganisms and make it harmless, decrease organic material and convert it to simple organic substances which do not decompose further. Thus, the sewage is made harmless by special treatment. Sources of refuse, that is solid waste, which consist of ash, rubbish, and garbage residue from fire used for cooking and heating forms the ash. Rubbish comprises of paper, heating metal, glass, dust, and dirt. Garbage is a waste material which comes from the preparation, cooking, and consumption of food items. It consists of peelings of vegetables and fruits, waste food, eggshells, leftovers of chicken and meat. Quick removal and disposal of garbage is essential as it ferments rapidly on a storage. Storage of refuse. Proper storage of refuse is important before it is collected for disposal. A galvanized dustbin or plastic dustbin with close fitting cover is suitable for a household purpose. Big containers are required for community. In case of municipalities, the dustbins are emptied mechanically by lorries fitted with cranes. A recent innovation for storage of refuse is the polythene sack. Once the sack is full of refuse, it is removed with contents for disposal and replaced by a new sack. Collection of refuse. House to house collection is the best method for collection of refuse. In our country, people are expected to dump the refuse in the nearest public dustbin. The refuse is then transferred to place for disposal by vehicle. Methods of disposal of solid waste. There are number of methods of disposal, but choice depends upon local factors such as cost and availability of land and labor. The most common methods of refuse disposal includes dumping, sanitary landfill or controlled tipping, burning or incineration, composting, burial, etc. Now, starting with the design and mechanism of septic tank. It's a tank in which household waste, water and excreta can be disposed of. It is suitable method for small communities. It is usually rectangular on the surface. Usually length is 1.5 to 2 times the breadth and depth is 1.5 to 2 meters. Water is filled in a septic tank. Height of a water column is 1 to 1.5 meters. There is an inlet and outlet pipe above the water level and airspace above the water level. A cover of cement concrete is provided on the top of a manhole in the center and manhole is covered with another lid. Mechanism. The working is anaerobic digestion. The heavy solids settle down and decompose by anaerobic bacteria, which cause reduction in a volume and is rendered harmless. This solid at the bottom is called as a sludge. Fatty substances rise to the top. Supernatant liquid contains microorganisms and is allowed to be collected in a trenches. It spreads in a soil and organic matter gets oxidized. Medical entomology. Definition: a study of arthropods of medical importance is known as the medical entomology, which is important branch of preventive medicine. Arthropod-borne disease and their control. Arthro means joints, pods means leg. Majority of arthropods are of no use of humans. They destroy the crops and food reserves. They act as a carrier of different diseases. Arthropods act by infective agents by bites, infection, infect human body directly. They may cause allergic reaction. Malaria is the most widely vector-borne disease. Scabies is another widespread disease in rural area. Dengue, fever are another virus diseases spread by arthropods. Here you can see arthropods with the diseases that are transmitted by them, such as mosquitoes. They transmit malaria, filaria, dengue, flies, house flies, sand flies, human lice, rat fleas, itch, cyclops, etc. Rodents, animal and diseases. Rodents live in a close association with a man and they are part of our environment. In addition to their hazards to our health, they can also cause damage to the buildings, grains, foodstuffs and other household commodities. Rodents are classified into two groups, domestic and wild. Domestic rodents live close to the man. They are good climbers and generally infest the roofs and of houses. Wild rodents are a natural reservoir of plague. Rats are instrumental in spreading number of diseases that are plague, bacterial diseases, viral diseases, rickettsial disease, parasitic, others. The mode of transmission may be direct through rat bite, through contamination of food and water, through rat flies, etc. Control of rodents. They can be controlled by sanitary measures, trapping, rodenticides, fumigation, zoonotic diseases. Control measure of zoonotic diseases. First of all, we will see what do we mean by zoonotic diseases. These are those diseases and infections which are naturally transmitted between man and animal. The diseases or infections are also known as the zoonoses. Controlling measures of zoonotic diseases, breeding the animal in clean cages and sheds, proper disposal of human excreta, drinking milk after boiling to avoid TB, proper cooking of beef to avoid worm infection, immunization of animal against rabies. Microorganisms are killed by insecticide. Important zoonotic diseases in India. In this, you can see rabies, anthrax, plague, salmonellosis, tuberculosis, etc. Here we are ending with the chapter environment and health. Thank you very much.